So this is a quick testimony of something the Lord did for me this past year. Let's see, about last spring sometime, I don't remember exactly, maybe in March. I was just minding my own business in my bathroom, pulling a shirt off my head, over my head to take it off. And all of a sudden, my world shifted. And I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you, but all of a sudden, you're not in the natural realm anymore. You are definitely in the spiritual realm. And it was like the world shifted, definitely. And I heard the Lord say, not with an audible voice, but with every fiber of my being, I am taking off your mourning clothes. And I went, whoa, okay. And like I said, something shifted big time. And so I, in my eager beaver, performance-oriented sort of way, went and did some inner healing work, which had somebody do it on me. I don't just do this. I also have people do it on me. Somebody that mentors me and that I greatly respect. And we got to some big stuff that I didn't know was there, and that was all well and great. So I thought I took care of it, right? And then I realized as the year was going through, after that was over, that 2017 would mark in the month of December exactly 50 years since my mother had died. And if any of you know about John Paul Jackson's, what numbers mean, and biblically speaking, the symbols of it, 50 is a year of jubilee and of freedom. So my mother died when I was 14 in the year 1967. And I thought, okay, so I'm thinking mourning clothes, okay. And Christmas has not been, I love Christmas and always make it great for everybody else, but it's always was tinged with something. And my mother died 11 days before Christmas. She knew she was going to die. She had stowed away Christmas presents for us, which was very, very, very bittersweet. And I think that's probably what kind of has marked it. But I started during this year breaking trauma bonds and fear bonds to times and dates and places. And so I began to look forward to December 14th. And I thought this monumental, something was going to happen. And December 14th came and nothing. And I went, okay, well, good. Okay, well, fine. And all I knew was I was not, it's taken me years not to get sucked back into depression and sadness around that time of year. And I'd overcome that many decades ago. But there was always something there. So this Christmas, I was like shocked, just totally shocked. I had probably the best Christmas ever. I mean, I don't remember what my Christmases were like when I was little, but this was definitely the best Christmas ever. One of my granddaughters was able to come spend it with us. We had a great time. I was able to bless a lot of people in a lot of different ways, especially her. And I found myself just on the verge of tears so many times, just happy tears, just being so thankful. Thank you, Lord, that you let me live here. Thank you, Lord, that you enabled me to do this. It was just very heartfelt. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that pay attention to what God is doing. I was definitely caught in a structure of time, obviously in a period of mourning. My father had actually died 14 months later after my mom, so not very soon after Christmas, 14 months later. So it was just a time period of, anyway, I was caught in a structure of time. You can also have a device of time. You can be caught in a structure of place or space or anything. So I began to see this great miracle that I had tried to, accelerate in my own strength, that God had really done. And He had delivered me out of this structure of time, or this time period of mourning, and into a place of joy. In fact, that song, we used to sing it many, many years ago in Praise Church, turning your mourning into dancing and putting off your sackcloth. And that's exactly what happened. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. It's very profitable. to let God do what he wants to do, number one. And number two, to just take a year and just break trauma bonds and fear bonds to every day. So every night at sunset, I just take a minute and just say, Lord, because that begins the new day as far as the Jews are concerned. Because it said evening and morning, begins the next day. So I just take a minute and say, I just break all fear bonds, trauma bonds, unhealthy, unholy soul ties and alliances to this day and time, going back to before time began in my life, and my ancestors' life, Lord, and just release it to you to make this day what you want it to be. And it's pretty interesting. I think we all spent time doing that with land and places, governments. Who knows what we had come up, but we might redeem a lot of land that way. So I just wanted to give you that testimony that I can honestly say without a doubt, one of the best Christmas, probably the best Christmas ever.